Hi, everyone. So I was sitting around thinking about and talking about society, America, and the rest of the world, and just all about all kinds of things. And something that I thought about that I wanted to share with you is this. I don't know how many of you have traveled outside of the United States or and have been to other countries and seen how other people live, but I have. I've been to India. I've been all over the Caribbean. I've been to a lot of places. And I've seen the way a lot of people live. And so I've got to experience some of the things that I've seen on television and have seen in magazines and read about in books. And having those experiences, it has further changed the way that I have felt about America in a lot of ways through my travels. And so, through my life and my ups and downs of my roller coaster of great successes and losses and things like that, um, you know, I want, I'm an American. I was born and I've been raised here, but I've seen the way other people live. And America is just very different. And tonight I was thinking about how this country is just kind of gone to shit and everybody's just kind of tired of it and we want change and how if we wanted change we would have it and how you know in this country there is such opportunity, and the only reason why this country is kind of turned to shit in so many ways is because the people have allowed it. We have allowed it to happen. And I think that, people, we get in this habit of just sitting around and complaining and fighting about everything, but no one's doing anything about those things. And then I think about it and it made me think about other countries and how America's the land of the great and everyone wants to come here because it's the land of opportunity. Yet Americans aren't tapping into those opportunities. Like we've kind of disconnected from our own land. We've disconnected from our own people. We've disconnected from each other. And that is why this country's gone to shit. But that's why it's changing, because that's why we're having these conversations, because we're awakening. The ascension energy is being received. And so, we get to choose how we want to steer this thing. And I think that if we really want change, then we all have to stop listening to what's coming from the television on the news and things like that and start talking to each other and deciding what we want for ourselves and each other instead of what other people are telling us we want for ourselves and each other. Because everything can be an illusion until we decide to step outside of it to open our minds to see if there's something else, right? And so I think that if we step outside of ourselves to just take a look at the reality of really what's going on, we want to blame everyone in the White House and we want to blame everyone doing this or doing that. But have we all looked in the mirror? You know what I'm saying? Like, if we want change, we have to start with ourselves. And that takes of letting go of all of the ego baggage that we carry around, that we're too proud or we're too cool or whatever. I mean, at some point, we get tired of that and we get fed up. And I don't know about you, but I don't, I'm not, I've chose and don't want to live an unhappy life anymore. And I don't want to spend the rest of my days in misery and hating the outside world, and then it causes me to hate myself. Those days are over for me. And so I'm thinking, okay, how can we do that as a collective? And so really it just takes a bunch of people just deciding that they want to do something before we're forced to. It's really, I mean, we're mighty in numbers. The numbers don't lie. And I think that if we start reflecting and look within ourselves to realize that we have so much opportunity to make change and to make a difference and to do the things that we want to do, we don't have to wait for someone else to do those things for us or to hand it to us. And I think that's where our society is. No one's putting in the effort. No one seems to care anymore. And that is the opposite of where we need to go to change. And so, anyway, those are just my thoughts, and I wanted to share them with you because, I'm all about no more excuses, and I'm about self mastery and stepping out of the lower animalistic realm of consciousness. I've already done that. I've been there, and I'm all about change and evolvement. And it just takes all of us to start taking responsibility individually and stop blaming everyone else. That is where the magic is. I love you to the moon, family. Have a good night.